Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Jonelle Welsh, and I have Eva Hutchins here, and she will also be co-presenting on our graduation plans for next Friday. Okay, and just as a friendly reminder, the meeting is being recorded. The purpose of this WebEx is to provide information on the graduation setup at the Bell County Expo Center, the parking areas, the assembly areas for the faculty, graduates, and the stage party, and the processional, and just other information relevant to the graduation. And so as a friendly reminder, our spring graduation is always the larger group, and so it will be held at the Bell County Expo in Belton, Texas, okay? And the address is there on the screen, okay? And this is an overview of the Expo Center with the parking lots, and the Garth Arena is the large round building, okay, and we have the entire facility leased that day to include the assembly hall, okay, and so for the VIPs, there is reserved VIP parking there, but when the graduates arrive, they will go directly into the assembly hall, okay, that's where the graduates will go. Okay, if you aren't familiar with the designated areas for the faculty and graduates, recommend you enter the expo from the front entrance, identified by those large long star there on the pavement. Okay. Security will be provided by the CTC Campus Police with support from Clean ISD. From CTC, there will be 6 officers and 6 campus security officers, and there will be 2 Clean ISD officers. CTC Police will also help with the traffic in the parking lots. I don't know how many of y'all have, I know a lot of y'all have been there, and it's fairly easy to get into the Expo Center. It's more difficult to get out. Okay. Audio visual support will be provided by KISD TV. And so that graduation ceremony will be streamed live, and the URL is there. It will be streamed live. Also, it will be rebroadcast on the KISD TV Spectrum Channel 17. And the broadcast schedule will be available on CTC's graduation webpage. And I don't know, could you try to click on that? You have the pointer. And
I don't think it's not gonna work.
But I think it's because you're using the pointer instead of the mouse, but that's okay. Okay, but we do, on the CTC website, if you go to the main website and you click on students and just click on graduation in the drop down, it will lead you to the graduation orientation webpage, and it has all the information that you do need to know about the graduation. So if you forget something, please visit the graduation information webpage. It includes the dates of the ceremony, timelines, and a lot of other good information. With some items that we have confirmed as of yesterday, okay, and I've already gone over the first 2. Now we will have Central Texas College and the Texas A&M Central Texas ROTC posting the colors. As of yesterday, we had 134 faculty who will be marching, and we have 337 graduates, which includes 132 early college high school students and 40 STEM graduates. And we do have 6 honor graduates, and 2 of those are early college and a STEM, I believe. Okay, and we are back to having the CTC band and choir there, as we did last fall's graduation, and we will have flash photography there to take photos of the graduates receiving their diploma, and then there's a photo booth to the side that they can also order, have pictures taken. And we have commencement flowers. That's a service that provides flowers and other trivia, okay? The big change with graduation this spring is we will not have printed programs. Instead, there will be a small grad card that will be handed out with the QR code, and individuals can actually scan the QR code and view the program digitally. Okay. These are some key timelines are provided here. Most all of the setup should be done by noon so that the staff can then have a break before returning later in the day. Those are the staff that are working. Mrs. Hutchins has asked that the advising staff arrive by 3 p.m. in anticipation of graduates arriving between 4 and 5 p.m. Faculty should arrive by 5:30 p.m. Recommend those in the stage party arrive by 6 p.m. so that the board and chancellor are there to take the photos between 6 and 6:10 with highest honor graduates. At this time, there are 6 graduates identified as highest honors, which I already mentioned. Around 6:20 p.m., our announcer, Gary Emmert, will be making an announcement to the audience that the ceremony will be starting soon, and guests should start finding their way to their seats. So around 6:20, the audience will be prompted. Excuse me. Okay, the order of the processional, and the processional is the faculty would lead the processional, followed by the graduates. The graduates will be seated alphabetically by degree, okay? And then we have the stage party that will enter last. For the recessional, the stage party would go out first, followed by the faculty, and the graduates will be dismissed on the floor. This is kind of the arena floor. The stage is in the far back, okay? There will be 15 rows with 20 graduate chairs for the graduate seating in the center front of the stage. And so even though we have 337 confirmed graduates, we always have an attrition. So we're planning on 300 showing up. And if it looks like we have more than 300, we have extra chairs available that will be able to meet that need, okay? Faculty will be seating on each side of the graduates. There will be 10 rows of faculty with 7 chairs per row. And all the chairs, we're hoping to have 1 foot apart, okay? The chairs will not be connected together, okay? This year, one difference is that the band will be set up in the opposite corner from the chorus, okay? And the band will be on the left side, and the chorus will be on the right side. And so that's one of the changes, because generally the band is in the back of the, well, in this picture, you would see that the band is usually in the front, okay? Yeah, this is kind of a representation of the stage party platform. We have 15 people on the stage platform. On the stage will be the CTC Board of Trustees, the Chancellor, the Deputy Chancellors, Dean Fisher, and Dr. Brent Royster, who will provide greetings from the faculty. Our commencement speaker this year is Dr. Harrison Keller, the Commissioner of Higher Education for the state of Texas. Fort Hood will also be represented by the Garrison Commander, Colonel Chad Foster. Okay. This year, another change is there will be a graduate who will be bringing greetings from the graduates. Okay, and that graduate is Caleb Jacoby, and he's a fine arts music major. And he will be seated with the graduates, but he will be prompted to walk up on the stage and give about a 1 to 2 minute address, remarks to the audience. And then the graduate will be returning to sit with his fellow graduates. Mm-hmm. Okay, entering the arena floor, okay, if you're facing the stage, if you're coming in the front entrance and facing the stage, the graduates will enter the arena floor from the left corridor, and the faculty just from the opposite, they will come in on the floor from the right corridor, okay? Faculty enter, they will actually enter from the center stairwell in 2 columns just opposite from the graduates. So the faculty are first in the processional. The graduates will start advancing to the floor around 6:15 and start lining up towards the back of the arena and against the inside left wall prior to the faculty coming in. The graduates will stop at the center back. The graduates will not start processing until the last faculty are on the floor. We have the graduates lined up on the floor, okay, against the wall to help save time and not have that gap from the time the faculty starts, they're seated and when the graduates come in, because the center is very large. Okay. And the faculty will start processing when the pomp and circumstance starts. Okay. As indicated, the faculty will be divided into two columns, entering the floor from the right. Amy Williams and Karen DeWeese will guide the faculty onto the floor. Doctors Rabani and Vole will lead the faculty. Dr. Vole would lead the faculty to the left side of the arena, and Dr. Rabani would lead the faculty to the seating on the right side. However, instead of the faculty entering the rows and standing in front of the chairs, each faculty group will line up side by the end chairs of the inside aisles in a single column. The faculty will be facing the graduate section. Faculty will remain standing in single columns on each side of the graduate section as the graduate processional starts. With an estimated 67 faculty on each side of the graduate section, the faculty will extend past the faculty seating. There will be staff on the floor to assist. And so this is what we did in spring 19. And so, and so we're resuming what we had done initially 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess. Okay, and at this time, Evan Hutchins will provide an overview of the diploma line. Okay?
All right, thank you, Dean Welsh, and good morning, everyone. So as a reminder, the graduates who arrive late will still be allowed to participate in the ceremony. Any graduate arriving late would be brought in to the back row of the graduate seating area and entered into the diploma lineup as appropriate by their degree and last name. When their assigned groups are up, I will be responsible for making sure they are inserted into the diploma lineup correctly. Can you go ahead? This here shows the graduates going through the process for diploma lineup, walking around the faculty that are sitting on the right and getting ready to line up. They'll hand their name card to the announcer and then go across the stage. You can go ahead and advance. And one more time. So this is showing that process. And one more time. All right, so after they go across this stage, they will go and have their photo taken officially by flash photography there on stage left and return to their seat. There will be staff ushers from the advising and public ed department on hand to guide the students through both getting up and returning back to their seats so they don't get crossed over. You can go ahead. So this just shows a visual of the students going across the stage, getting their diploma cover, the commemorative folder, they're getting their picture taken and returning to their seats. All right, some information about graduates who may not have already designated that they were going to participate in the ceremony who haven't been getting this information. So any graduate, if you're working with them and they're in your classes and they're like, hey, I'm graduating and I want to participate, go ahead and encourage them to reach out to the CTC graduation office and they can participate, even if it's on Friday the 13th, the day of. The bookstore will be open their normal business hours, 7:30 to 11:30, and they can always sell them their cap and gown so they can be ready to go for that evening. So the information for the bookstore is listed here. They will also be on site that afternoon, evening for the ceremony in case the student did not make it in time before they closed here on campus. As a reminder, as I mentioned before, the late arrivals will be put into the processional no matter what time they get there. Some FAQs. They do return to their seats after receiving their diploma. They don't leave the arena. As mentioned, it's streamed live, but we no longer provide DVDs to be sold. So if you have any students asking about that, there are not any. The CTC Bell County Arena the Bell County Arena does not allow air horns or balloons. So if you do have students asking about what they can bring or not bring or their guests, that information is out by Bell County itself, Expo. We do not have any place to secure items in the arena itself or within the facility. So staff are not responsible for graduates' personal items. We encourage all graduates at the orientations to make sure they leave that with their guests. Some additional information that graduates may ask you is whether they can decorate their mortarboard, and they can. It must be academic in nature, affiliated with their program of study, or in celebration as a CTC graduate. Accessories are limited to CTC issued cords or pins. Stoles, tassels, cords, and medallions representing membership in CTC sponsored honor societies are the only things permitted. So that information is provided at the orientation sessions as well. So we do highly encourage students to attend those orientations so they can get all of this information. And that's the end of our presentation. Are there any questions coming in from the chat?
And I just wanted to remind everyone that the ceremony starts at 6:30, and what will happen, the CTC chorus actually starts the ceremony. And so they will, they have an arrangement that they will be singing. And then at 6:35, that is when the faculty will be processing in, okay?
And just as a note, because we will be coming down to get onto the arena floor prior to, if you have anybody asking you, around 6:15 when that starts, that is not the formal opening of the ceremony, as Dean Welsh mentioned. That will start with the chorus.
And I encourage everyone that works for CTC to please attend graduation. It's the largest event that the college puts on. And if you've never been at graduation, I think you would really appreciate it, because all of us work and we all do a lot to help the students graduate. Everybody contributes, and and you can see what your hard work does. We have graduates there, and it's a very exciting moment for all of the graduates.
Absolutely, very meaningful. Come out. There's a lot of seats at Bell County. It's a huge arena. There's plenty of room to come out and watch.
Do we have any questions?
No questions.
No questions in the chat.
We'll stay on for a few more minutes in case somebody comes in with a question.
Well, thank you all for joining us this morning. Happy Friday. Next session will be the first Friday in June. I'll be sending out an invite to that session. No, the first Thursday in June. I'm so sorry. We will be enjoying our Fridays off here soon. So the first Thursday in June will be our next session. Have a good weekend, everyone.